Hello and welcome to Marketing Edge on TV, Nigerians' leading initiative in the business of brand management and the management of brand business. It is a 30-minute wholesome package that comprises brand news, branding focus, and industry conversation, all in a mix encompassing thorough and in-depth aimed at promoting the brand idea. I'm Ogali Abikele Mafuru.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand idea.
Good to have you back. First on Marketing Edge on TV is brand news, where we bring you the latest developments around brands and in the field of marketing, advertising, and communication in Nigeria and around the world. Now on brand news. Following the recent controversial Easter Day advertisement by the leading dairy company Peak Milk, the Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria, ARCON, has warned that all advertisements and marketing communications must be duly approved before exposure, as the agency will not hesitate to institute appropriate sanctions in accordance with the law. The EPES Advertising Regulatory Agency gave this warning in a statement signed by the Director General of the agency, Dr. OLALEKAN FADOLAPO. According to the statement, the regulatory agency had observed with concerns a series of unpleasant advertisements during the Easter celebration, which were deemed offensive and demeaning to the Christian faith. Advertisers, advertisement agency, and the media owners have been advised to ensure all advertisement and marketing communications are approved by the Advertising Standards Panel ASP before exposure to avoid sanctions. To stem the tide of quackery and unprofessional practices in the Nigerian Integrated Marketing Communications IMC space, agency and sectorial leaders have vowed to checkmate the menace of quacks in the industry and other to protect qualified and licensed practitioners. Speaking on the modalities to curtail the menace of quackery in the advertising industry, the Director General of the Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria, ARCON, Dr. OLALEKAN FADOLAPO, disclosed that efforts have been intensified to ensure compliance with appropriate regulations regarding licensing. For his part, Group Managing Director of CMC Connect and President of African Public Relations Association, Yomi Badejo Okusoya, said PR practice has been threatened by the activities of interlopers and that regulations definitely have to be reviewed to address these concerns. Meanwhile, the president of the Outdoor Advertising Association of Nigeria, OA, Mr. Malona Jufu, in a recent interview with Marketing Edge, confirmed that not all out-of-home agencies were known to the body. As part of initiatives to improve the professional capabilities of its members, the Experiential Marketers Association, XMAN, has announced plans to launch a financial institution and an asset exchange platform to mark the 10th anniversary of the association. The president of the association, Mr. Tunji Adeyinka, who gave this disclosure in an exclusive interview with Marketing Edge on TV, revealed that the association has a lineup of events aimed to improve the efficiency of its members, as well as recognize professional excellence in the sector. The XMAN boss also hinted that XMAN Awards and Brand Experience Summit will hold in July this year. The Gage Company, a leading organization in the field of technology, has announced the opening of nominations and entry for Africa's most prestigious tech award, the Gage Awards, to recognize individuals and organizations that have made significant contributions to the field of digital technology. The annual awards, which is now in its 4th year, aim to push the boundaries of innovation as well as advance the industry through technological adoption. According to the company, submissions will be accepted until April 30th, 2023, as the shortlisted nominees of some categories will be announced for voting on the 5th of May, 2023. The winners of all categories will be announced at the awards ceremony on 24th of June 2023. When I was brand news, next is branding focus after this break.
Where's Glory?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hello? Where Glow now?
I take you.
Glow don't go village, try all our customer.
Everybody pay attention. See, now Glow dedicated 10x. Now they dash me 10 times the credits when I load. Or even summer me double data join.
Yeah. Wait, so with 1.5 when they give all of us, so you they enjoy up to 15,000 naira credit and data.
And I say I never finish you. See, when I say we enjoy, if I join Glow dedicated 10x, when I go get 1,000 naira welcome credit. You just carry your phone, dial *777#. Finish.
Glow, you don't win. You don't do.
Oh, now see they here. Hello, please, I'm looking for Glow. Please, said now Glow be they fine. Now Glow be they go. Okay, so
enjoy 10 times the value of your recharge on Glow Berekete 10X. You also get 1,000 naira for calls and data and double data bonus on your subscription.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the bright idea.
Now on branding focus. The marketing profession has evolved so much in the last few years. With every advancement in technology and subsequent changes in consumer behavior patterns, marketers are under pressure to respond. That is how the profession keeps up with market trends and stays relevant. However, COVID-19 pandemic has significantly altered the landscape and changes are even more rapid. The post-COVID era has brought about big changes in how marketers can understand the needs of consumers and innovation needed to engage them meaningfully. What's more, marketers are faced with skill gap challenges when it comes to understanding the current issues within the data, tech, and digital landscape. There is also a need for improved competence in navigating risk and applying consistent approaches across the organization, as well as realizing the opportunities that changes may present. The solution to this challenge is for agencies and brand owners to identify markets that are doing well in this area and create a steering group to develop best practices, how-to guides, and immersion programs. Agencies and brand owners are also struggling with how to optimize media channels for maximum consumer engagement benefits in terms of activating the right message through the right medium at the right place and at the right time. Therefore, brand owners should ensure that agency roles and responsibilities for integrated communication planning are clear and the agencies collaborate on integrated channel plans. Brands should create an environment that encourages and stimulates innovation and provide agency contractors with remuneration incentives for innovation. And they should create a ring fence of budget for innovation test and learn pilot programs. Digital media integration is another major skill gap challenge. The skill is about influencing the development of digital media strategy and implementing digital media transformation in line with the needs of the consumer. To plug this gap, it is recommended that brands should have access to independent consultancy, not linked to the agencies. Brands should invest in training to ensure teams have the means to understand the new digital media ecosystem. They should also work with agencies to develop ongoing transparent digital strategy and reporting. There is an obvious need in the areas of understanding, managing, and executing a broad range of digital marketing and communication skill gaps. So, brands must ensure a clear digital strategy as part of a broader marketing strategy and also clearly define best practice roles, processes, and KPIs. The need for brands to understand the type of agency needed to drive brand growth and manage an effective agency relationship has become more urgent.
With our branding focus, next is industry conversation, where we have interactions with distinguished personalities who have made great impact in the business of brand management. Well, this week we will be continuing on the conversation we started last week with the Director General of the Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria, ARCON, Dr. OLALEKAN FADOLAPO, after this break.
Brekete times 10. Get a Glow SIM today and enjoy 1,000 Naira sign-on bonus for voice and data. All new and existing Glow subscribers also get 10 times the value of their every recharge, plus up to double their data recharge as bonus. All Glow subscribers also get up to free 20,000 Naira bonus for voice and data. Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the bright idea.
Now we have called the secondary digital media space owners and said, look, we need to do this. Check globally. In other countries, it's even worse than our own in terms of regulation. In terms of regulation, it is worse than our own. So you can't just go and because you own the space. Some other thing I want people to also understand that we have peculiarity of our own nature in terms of advertising. In Nigeria, we don't do comparative advertising. In Nigeria, we don't do disparaging advertising. In Nigeria, we make sure that we respect culture and ethics. We make sure we respect religion. So there are so many things. You don't use superlative word. So these are some of the things we need to put down as a protocol before you can go on. And the law says before you expose your adverts, make sure that they are vetted and approved. So there's a procedure and process laid down in the law. So what we are just trying to do is we can't throw everything into the space. We're going to take one thing at a time. Already now we are engaging some stakeholders to see what and how we can improve on the present regulatory framework. We also need to engage some other stakeholders on capacity building from our own ends too, to make sure that we are not playing a catch-up game. Our staff are up and running to the extent that they can provide supervisory monitoring and enforcement responsibility across boards, across media, as at when necessary. So these are some of the things, and we are just trying to see that we don't put everything there, like I said. So we're doing it one thing
at a time. Okay, so since you engaged with the digital content providers or creators, how would you evaluate their compliance level?
I must say that I respect most of them, because within that period and so many inquiries, in fact, some of them have even offered to sit down with us and create more like a protocol. Some of us have promised to help us reach out to other people. If you understand what is being done and you are sincere, I don't see any reason why you carry a play card to say no. So before the last engagement, if you check through our record, we've been on this since December last year, trying to push to say, look, we need to move into this space, we need to move into this space. So far, so good. The level of compliance is better than what it used to be. We may not get 100%, but we are still pushing. And with the level of engagement we are having, we know. The only thing is that if we have any organization that is recalcitrant or any organization that choose to ignore the law or the provisions of the law, we will have no other option than to bring the entire force of the law against such organization. If you are responsible, why do we need to start running after you? So that's I think the level of compliance has been very encouraging, and we are pushing for more.
Okay, so speaking about compliance level of professionals in the integrated marketing communications industry, we've observed that some clients are complacent to the regulations regarding pitch fee, disengagement policy, and of course payment timelines. What has been your response to that so far?
You will see in recent times that we have issued some statements that has to do with some clients that we consider recalcitrant. The law is there, like I said, and we may not get to where we are headed in a day, but we are far better than where we are coming from. In other clients, what happened? So, and what are we asking for? If there is a disengagement process that does not comply with the rules of engagement as stated in our law, in the ISO, then we go after the agency, we go after the client, we go after the organization. But we know the way this thing works until we receive petition from the practitioners. First of all, we don't need to first bring the force of law. There are sectoral groups that operate at self-regulatory level. So we give them the opportunity between the client and the agency to first engage. Then where the issues are not able to, where they are not able to resolve the issue, then they escalate, and we ensure that the issues is solved as much as possible.
It's good enough that you made mention of the ISOP regulation, the Advertising Industry Standards of Practice, and some professionals we've spoken to, believe that it's just a regulation in paper. Just, they've not been much of enforcement in that regard. What do you think, sir?
Well, I beg to disagree, and like I said, everybody is also entitled to their own opinion. The first thing is let them bring cases with clear-cut records to say this is the situation. For example, I know of organizations that review their payment policy downwards to 45 days because of ISO. And I am also bold to say now, here, today, if our people, the monitoring committee, the monitoring department, goes out there and see any organization whose policy is payment after 45 days, we will have no other option than to bring the force of law against such organization. It is not like grandstanding. We are not doing grandstanding. If we have that situation, before clients write to agency and tell them that your payment will be done 90 days, I need just one letter. So it is not like we are threatening. No, we are both colleagues and partners and stakeholders in this whole conversation. But what we are saying is that for this industry to grow, all hands must be on deck. So if we have that situation today, in fact, the monitoring team of ARCON has been doing some reviews with some agencies. So it is not about it's not possible. Let them bring the case and let them see what or how far they can go.
Okay, so ISOP was introduced about a year, 5 months ago. So how strategic is ISOP to the introduction, or rather to the eventual introduction of the new advertising code of practice?
Well, ISOP is just one of our many reforms. The code of advertising is another. Now, let me just say that the code of advertising deals primarily with the practice, while ISOP deals with contractual agreement, the framework for contractual agreement between a client and the agency. For example, under remuneration, ISOP recognizes 3 remuneration models: retainership, commission, and hybrid. ISOP did not say client must pay this. And under retainership, there are different models. ISOP did not say you must use the overhead model. Some organizations will say, let us have the overhead of the people you put on our project. And we have a markup. Or we do this, we are. So, but you must adopt a procedure, a model out of this for compensation. So, but if you now choose to say this is the framework for the industry, you will not comply with the framework for the industry. The regulator will have no other option than to enforce the law as it relates to the compliance.
Okay, now we understand that the new advertising law has given ARCON an enormous, mandate, enormous task, and then we are concerned if the Advertising Regulatory Agency has the capacity to enforce all the regulations as entrenched in the law.
You've asked this again and again. Let me see it. I don't understand the definition of enormous. I only know that the function and mandates and scope of work has increased. Now, some things by the formal law are implied. For example, the digital media space, there is light, but now it's clearly stated in the new law. It's clearly stated in the new law. So the enormous power, I really don't understand. The biggest thing I think has happened to us is that we have now advertising offenses tribunal. So we may not need to go to the regular court. Now the law established, just like we have the security sec tribunal, another tribunal, another profession. So meaning that anybody that practices illegally or any issue that's supposed to go to regular court, and the law also recognizes that tribunal to have equal stature with a court, a high court. So decisions of that AOT is subject to appeal at the appeal court. So that takes away so many things, even from the regular court. As soon as we have the inauguration of the AOT, so many things will be dragged. So we have situations where we have the law. And the law, like people will say, is reviewed to give us more scope of work. Now, with that scope of work, we cannot do everything in a day. But I can tell you again and again, we have the capacity and capability.
Okay.
We have the capacity and capability. And as you also know, capacity and capability is a continuous process. We need to learn and relearn and retrain. So we are also doing so much from our own end. It's like you want to monitor or regulate the digital media. You can't do it on your phone. You need technology, you need software. So many things has to be in place. So we made a presentation to the Ministry of Information and Culture, like Live Money, and he said we should bring that proposal. And they don't take it up. So this is one of the things we have done to build capacity for. But we are fully ready, we're full ground.
Apparently, I can see, sir, from your passion. So you talked about the inauguration of the AOT. So when is that likely to happen?
Well, I probably may not be able to say that immediately. We are still awaiting the Honorable Minister's approval of the proposal, and in line with the law, and there are some other back end that they need to do to put that in place. So as soon as we have approval, we'll
all right, thank you, sir. So given the new structure of ARCON, how is the agency positioned in the advertising industry?
Number one, we are the top end regulator. Top end because under us we have the HAG, which is the president of all the sectoral groups. Then under them we have individual sectoral groups. Don't forget that we have trickle, and in that trickle there's some other service providers that are also critical in the value chain. So we supervise all these people and ensure that as the last resort, as the last gatekeeper of advertising regulation, we need to ensure that everybody is within scope. So we are good, we are good.
Well said, sir. But we've observed that there's a lot of issues from the out-of-home sector. Recently, we got informed that the out-of-home sector sued the Lagos State government over forceful payment, among other issues. Can you bear your mind on this one?
Okay, the out-of-home, that's one has approached us at different times to local conversation between them and signage agency. I am aware that we recently had a successful meeting or ongoing conversation with Kaduna State and some other states. Now, for the Lagos one, we have stepped in. I will be meeting with the Director General, the Managing Director of LASA. Okay. And I've also had conversation with the President of OWAN. We just want to meet each other at a point where we can agree how we can do it. So it is normal in business that we may have differences. However, as the apex regulatory agency in the country, we are not taking this just like allowing it to flow. Okay. We will continue to engage both parties to ensure that we have a solution to it beyond going to court.
Okay, beyond going to court, indeed. We have to foster, mutual relationship in the interest of the industry. But before I let you go, sir, what would be your plans for this year in terms of regulation and enforcement of the new advertising law?
Well, the only thing I can say is that we will continue to push the frontier until our good become better and our better become best, so that we can have an industry everyone, everybody will be proud of. As a country, we will be able to say we have an industry. As a Nigerian, we will be able to take benefits of advertising and advertisement as a citizen. And as practitioners, we will be able to say, I am a practitioner of advertising, and I am proud to be an advertiser. I be an advertising practitioner. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for having this time with us on Industry Conversation.
Thank you.
We really value this opportunity you've given to us. We do not take it for granted.
Thank you very
much. We hope
much
to have future conversations if your time will let us, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So that's it on Marketing Edge on TV. Do well to join us same time next week for another interactive time. I'm Ogali Abikele Mafro. See you again.
Every major news story is with many perspectives and layered with different levels of impact.
Hello. What time did this happen? We will be right there.
At TVC News, we follow the big and major news, gathering the facts, witnessing the outcome.
I am here live at the aftermath of the approval of the new national minimum wage.
We are TV Station of the Year, not just for breaking news, but for being first, fair and accurate. TVC News, first with breaking news.
It's a brand new quarter, and your favorite TV program, CAC Weekly, is about to unveil new innovations fresh from the Nigerian Company Registry. Now, have you heard of the Extensible Business Reporting Language (XBRL) standard for filing of electronic financial statements? Do you also know that there's so much that you can do on your own on the company's registration portal, CRP, from the comfort of your home or your office? Because the CRP offers end-to-end electronic registration solution for accredited customers and the general public to initiate and complete pre-registration and post-registration applications electronically, online filing of annual returns, online registration of limited liability partnership and limited partnership. See you there.
As they count down to the inauguration of President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu as Nigeria's 16th president continues, more and more world leaders are showing solidarity with him in recognition of his well-deserved win. The United States, United Kingdom, China, Ukraine, France, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Cuba, Nicaragua, Namibia, and a host of others have already sent in their congratulatory messages. The ECOWAS Parliament and other ECOWAS bodies, the D8, that is, the Developing Aid Organizations for Economic Cooperation, the African Union, are among organizations that have recognized Bola Tinubu's impressive win in the presidential election held on the 25th of February, 2023.
The United States congratulates the people of Nigeria, President-elect Tinubu, and all political leaders following the declaration by Nigeria's Independent National Electoral Commission, or INEC, on the results of the February 25th presidential election. This competitive election represents a new period for Nigerian politics and democracy. Each of the top 3 candidates was the leading vote-getter in 12 states, a remarkable first in Nigeria's modern political era, reflecting the diversity of views that characterize the campaign and the wishes of Nigeria's voters.
Namibia also looks forward to a good working relationship with the incoming government of President-elect His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
The goal of world leaders is to partner with a prosperous Nigeria, the economic giant of the African continent. Tinubu's presidency is expected to usher in unprecedented growth and development across all critical sectors.
at TVC News, wherever the